Alright everyone, welcome back to Homestuck. I just felt like recording Homestuck. Technically this is supposed to be your turn to die, but last week we did one of each anyway, so Homestuck really didn't get a double week, like one on Monday, one on Friday week. So I thought, why not? It'll be fun. And I don't have to think too hard. So yeah, if you didn't watch the last one, this should be a pretty compelling reason to do so, because what the hell is happening? Although I guess if you already know everything, this might be the part you just skip to get to the good stuff, maybe? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's continue. I have no idea what's about to happen. Oh, right. Someone told me about this. I mean, I probably just put it in the intro anyway. They told me that pretty much the rest of the thing is going to have extreme flashing lights, so I'm just going to add that into, like, the original warning. I'm just confused about what's going on because I wasn't watching, or I wasn't like reading. The kernel divides. The two halves go their separate ways, leaving behind the sprite portion. Oh, okay. Yay, maybe the flashing lights will go away now. Although that's cloud cover. I thought that was just like blackened earth. That's a pretty cool looking graphic. I like that. I will boy I will say, despite the, like, sort of limited style, the animation in this is honestly really good. It's quite smooth. Oh, it turned into a ghost. Hi. What is left of the sprite undergoes a mysterious transformation. For a moment, you thought you heard someone say, "Boy!" as if he whispered into the periphery of your awareness. It was probably just your imagination, though. Oh, we got sound. You there, boy! Click this. To walk around, use the mouse, arrow keys, or WASD keys. Click on various objects to open command menus for them. Outstanding Flash Programming by Alexis Gancro-Bangsinger. Okay. Well, I'm not playing Harlequin. Let's play Showtime Piano Refrain. Oh. This just opens the page for it. So I guess maybe it's going to show up when that happens. Can I actually... Oh my gosh, I actually can. Boy, quit all this scurrying around. No, I'm scurrying. You can't stop me. So this shows up when it's a playable section. Interesting. You there, boy, what's that? What's that? What's that? It looks different now. After you bit that apple, your whole house seemed to be transported somewhere. Then the apple disappeared and the kernel sprite underwent a transformation. Aside from the change in appearance, the transformation doesn't seem to have any relevant ramifications. Awesome. Examine the strange blue vase. It is the piece of crooksite you carved with the totem lathe. When its contours were scanned, the alchemitor was able to produce that tree. How odd. That is weird. You there, boy. What? Oh, okay. The ghost clown. Do something with it. The ghost clown is called the kernel sprite. Or rather, just the sprite now, I suppose. You can't do something with it at the moment. The only thing you can theoretically do with it is Tier 2 prototype it, assuming that's still possible. Fair enough. This large platform, good grief, what is it, boy? The alchemitor created the apple, or the tree that spreaded it, rather, right on time to save you from destruction. You're not sure if you can say the same for your neighborhood, though. You wonder what happened to your dad. Peek over the railing. Getting close to the railing makes you a little nervous. It's a long way down. I mean, that is true. Let's go inside. Boy, open this door and walk into it. Wow, we did it. I can't believe this is playable. This is so weird. I detest this. Disregard it. A Harlequin painting? You have the sentiment in common with John, then, I suppose. Oh. Who is this, then? Okay. I want to go in the bathroom. What is down here? Proceed, boy. Oh, no, this is the rooms. I guess the bathroom is right here. Oh, your dad's room is still locked. I thought that was the bathroom. Where's the bathroom? Is this the bathroom? His name is John, you nincompoop. What? Go in there now. Yeah, okay, here it is. You can see what happened to the bathroom. Your plumbing appears faulty. Man, Rose did such a piss-poor job of fixing the bathroom. It'd almost certainly be a mistake to try to use the toilet. You guess you could just go pee over the edge of the cliff. True. No, that's the same thing. Leave at once. I don't hear the music. Do I have to hit this for the music? No. Am I just like... Do I have my volume too quiet? I don't know. Probably not. No, go back. Oh, that's where I came from. I just came from the balcony. This is my room. Right. Oh my god, what is happening? Observe this box. The bunny is not in the box. I said the bunny is not in the box. Why couldn't the bunny be in the box? What about the... Oh, that's the certificate. That's right. Let's admire Mac and me. Marvel, this adventure in outer space. This movie is... Okay, this movie's really bad. Not even you can defend it. You've been meaning to take this poster down, actually. Funny. Huge sewing machine, or what uses it? The punch cards seem to contain the instructions for carving a totem of a different shape. You guess maybe other punch cards will produce different shapes. It bears further exploration. That is true. Hey, the book. This funny man text, you should ignore it. Just looking at the cover cracks you up. What a great book. Harry Anderson is your hero, but Mike Cavaney's glowing treatment of the man does him every bit of justice. You'll have to give this another read soon. Just broken glass. It's just stepping it a bit. Yeah, alright, that's probably good. Investigate this device. Hey, Rose is here. Pester. Seems you're still connected to the internet. Rose is trying to get in touch with you. You will reply in a moment once you have fully assessed your situation. Oh, okay, well. Yeah, I'm sure that... Boy who is John, do as I say. What would you like, boy who is John, to do? Oh, okay. What's the card on here? This is the... Obey my commands, John boy. Don't know what's happening. Inspect the ghastly man and his boy. Fred Savage has a punchable face your ass. More like a talented young actor's face who you'd want to hang out with if you got the chance. Also, if you were not a fully grown man now. Anyway, the thought of monsters looking in your house scares the shit out of you, which is why this movie is so awesome. But the fact that the monsters could also be your best friend is what... Wait, do I have to, like, scroll? Is that... Or does it just end there? You do have to scroll. Makes it doubly awesome. Oh yeah, I forgot the door. Rose sure did a number on your house, but you guess she did manage to save your life. You guess. Alright. I think we've seen pretty much everything other than, like... This thing. Grandma, are you okay? Topple the urn immediately. Oh no, I didn't even read that. That'd be disrespectful to your Nana. You just won't do it. Or not intentionally, at least. You consider that it is fortunate she is no longer around to witness your sorrow. On the other hand, you would probably benefit from her elderly wisdom about now. Take the fire poker. Any one of these things would be a fine weapon. If only your strife specibus wasn't already allocated. Oh well. Destroy the diminutive soldiers of merriment. Hardly seems worth it to go to the bother. You doubt you could get much for them at a garage sale, even. Maybe a grubby palm of pennies and a kick in the nuts for the whole lot of them. Hey, well, that's, well, yeah, no. I wouldn't probably do that. No. Here, boy, and here. You never picked up the cards. This is a mess, boy. You're so glad your dad wasn't watching when he did this. He never would have let you hear the end of it. Inspect this merry band of performers. Cirque du Soleil once filed a restraining order against your father. You were never so embarrassed in your life. Oh my god, what did he do? I want to talk to the Joker. It has a knife. Be alarmed by this. Rip Ledger. This man is an imbecile. Ignore him. He's alright. Looks like he doesn't take himself too seriously. And you know how to have a good time. You can only assume your dad hung it crooked to make it look more whimsical. Operate this instrument. Ah, this is where showtime is. Doo-doo. So where would you get Harlequin? I guess we'd have to find Dad. Da-dum, da-da-dum. Play your favorite haunting refrain. Oh, it's going to continue to play. Awesome. Open this iron vault, boy. You don't know the combination. Seek the riches of the gods below. This one offers a friendly wave, but yeah, it's just another... Okay. I forgot about the YouTube rules for a second there. Have the boy assess his current situation. Afraid I can't have the boy do that. Tell him to do it yourself. Very well. Okay. That instruction doesn't do anything at the moment. I'm glad I've accidentally got this entire dialogue tree. No, I want the hat. Your dad used this stuff sometimes to dazzle you with his silly vaudevillian escapades. Really, you couldn't roll your eyes hard enough at his corny act. Sad. There's like ink everywhere from some dudes. Unpleasant literature. Jeez, it's really going off. Serious Jester magazine for those to whom clowning around is serious business. It's crazy. Oh, right, I have to click on things. I can't just, like, walk to them. This way, through the doors, like you see in a cowboy saloon. Oh, hey, this is the utility room. It's the computer room. Open these and rifle through them for good. You don't give a shit about what's in there. Probably nothing you'd be inclined to use now anyway. What? What if there's like a exit, boy? Wow, we can actually go into the backyard? This is insane. There's so much to explore. Jump, boy. No. Oh, the swing set got crushed. Tier prototype the sprite, or the thing you said. Do it. You're not the one who's supposed to prototype it. The Spurb server user is supposed to do that. Oh, but I wanted Slimer guy. Boy, engage this mangled trapeze display. Looks like your swing set is toast. You relive fond memories in a moment of sorrow.
No! Not my favorite swing set.
Hey, the tree survived. Oh yeah, the handcuffs. Claim the dangling tree bubble. The trick handcuffs are still there. Thank God! And no, you're not going to try to claim them right now. Alright. Oh, there's nothing much over here. So those handcuffs really are going to come in handy. Why did I say that? Later. Oh, that looks good. How do we still have internet if the power is disconnected? Through some mysterious force, your house still seems to be powered, even though the wires are severed. Quite bizarre. The air is full of ions. Go back into the luncheon room. Peek in the bowl of goo? I didn't read that properly. Wherever your dad went, he seems to have left in a hurry. For all his absurdities you have to put up with, you sure wish he was here right now. Could you please turn the controls over to a more confident user? Hey, I'm trying to look at everything. Sample powdered, uncooked dessert.
Back, ye miserable wench! Stay thy choking airborne particulates of temptation!
Okay. What's this drawing? Hell yeah. Your dad was so proud when you drew this, he hung it up immediately, and it stayed there ever since. That was 1 week ago.
My skills are incredible.
Hasselsadlag. I almost spelled salad. Awesome. I was trying to click on the broom. Maybe we couldn't clean up the mess. That'd be hilarious. Sniff vegetable. Doesn't smell like anything. Is that even a vegetable? Plunder chest. Would you like to play a game? No. No thanks. And now I'm trying to go outside. Stop following me around if you're just a small dessert tray. Useless. In retrospect, it was pretty funny when your dad pied you like that. Gotcha again by the old man. Oh no, we're getting respect for him. That means he's in danger. Alright. I think that's pretty much everything. I think I've looked everywhere.
Wait, go back out there, boy.
Alright, well.
Boy, quit all this scurrying around.
For the last time, this boy's name is John.
Fine, John, return to your quarters.
You go back up to your bedroom, tiptoeing around this weird petroleum-based sludge. Ew, it's oil? Gross.
Now, John, respond to your friend unit.
Okay. John, are you there? Is now an idle chum.
Hey, yeah, I'm here. And I'm not dead, I think.
I know. I've been watching you scramble through the house like a lunatic. You should have answered me sooner.
Oh, man, sorry. I was looking for my dad, and I can't find him anywhere. Have you seen him?
No, I'm sure he'll turn up. We have more important things to address right now.
Yeah? Like, where am I?
I don't know that either, but I've determined your neighborhood was destroyed by the meteor. Wherever you were transported, it saved you from the impact. I've been reading reports in the news. Over the last few days, there have been many smaller meteor collisions with people's homes around the world, and they seem to be getting bigger. Yours is the biggest they've identified so far.
Wow, okay. So then, I guess if this is all the game's doing, the point is for us to save the world?
Perhaps.
Then we better get moving and figure this game out.
Yes, but wait. We should retrieve your PDA, yet again. It will help to keep tabs on each other while you investigate. I think I can get you closer to it, if I can replenish our grist supply some way. Or somewhat. There may be a way to recycle some that we already used.
Okay.
I'll meet you out on the balcony.
Wait, Rose, one thing.
What?
You never even wished me a happy birthday. Hello?
I was working on something to send you, but I was running late with it. I didn't want you to think I believed meager well wishes alone would suffice for the occasion. That said, happy birthday, John.
Oh, jeez, that is silly. Anyway, thanks.
First, take the fabric item on the floor there.
The towel? Why? Oh well, you're the boss. You captcha-log the towel. What now? I can't say that. Someone in the comments last time was like, why do you say captcha-log? Like captcha. And I've always said it as captcha. And I don't know why, but that's just how it is. So you're gonna have to probably deal with that because it's just life for me.
Do as the purple text says. To the balcony.
The purple text, funny. John makes his way to the balcony per your awkwardly worded request.
Wait, take that. The blue wobbly thing.
You whimsically decide to captcha-log the totem, which was used to create the apple tree earlier.
John, recycle the grist as was dictated by our cohort.
John cannot do anything with the grist at this moment. That is up to the spurb player.
I see?
Yes, that will suffice. Rose deletes the perfectly generic objects. 6 units of built grist are restored to your grist cache. Okay, that's good. Rose expends the grist to drag a new plank from the balcony in the direction of the PDA.
John, run across precarious platform swiftly.
John isn't sure about that. It's a long way down.
Bart, I said make haste on the narrow catwalk.
John is very nervous about that idea, and the strident tone of your commands is starting to make him a little upset.
Fine, proceed as your level of comfort dictates.
You cautiously walk within range of the PDA, and Rose retrieves it.
Now take it.
Alright, well, we took it. Ah, the Harlequin! You grab the PDA, launching one of the Harlequin figures into the night. You can kiss that one goodbye.
Forward, forward.
Hey, serious business. Oh, right. Just one arrow command will suffice? Thanks. It looks like you're not the only one trying to locate your father after the disaster. The following matters have been submitted in a frank and forthright matter for Pipefan 413's judicious appraisal. Submitting inquiry of concern over cataclysmic event, Pipefan 413, reply. Pipefan 413, status of health / wardrobe. Neighboring house struck by a flaming projectile. In light of fire hazard, evacuating house of all expensive garments. Fedora Freak, savage as many hats as is practical. Fedora Freak, you are in our thoughts, along with Pipefan 413 and his enviable collection of pipes. Thank you all. Report. Most hats removed from the danger. Ties next. Awesome.
These boring men are uninteresting.
Hey, speak for yourself. Alright, well, we're back. John, are you okay? You seem a bit tentative.
I'm fine, I guess. Since I got here, I do feel compelled to do weird things I don't really want to do. By some kind of voice that I can't really even hear. I don't know, it's hard to explain.
Perhaps the early symptoms of an anxiety disorder, like post-traumatic stress.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Well, if you could pull yourself together, there are a few more things we should try, like prototyping the kernel sprite again, if possible. We should hurry. My laptop battery won't last forever.
Okay, I'll get back inside.
No, don't do that. Hop off this ledge onto that car.
No. What? No, that sounds incredibly dangerous.
Arrow, 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 arrow.
Now you're just being a pest. What turnip truck did you tumble out of anyway? Who are you?
Years in the future, but not many.
Wait, is this the... Okay, well, now I'm going to have to give this character
this voice.
An unsealed tunnel welcomes hot desert air into its stagnant depths. Is this going to be another, like, weird side story? I'm confused. Who is this person? There's John on the Homestuck logo.
Boy, are you there, boy?
Okay, so yeah, this is the mummy person. All right, back with the FAQ here.
Spur Beta.
Sanctuary Remix, Winnie the Pooh 2, and Chaos Demon. Sanctuary Remix, that's funny, because that's probably about Earthbound's Sanctuary Battle. An examination of the basics.
Upon communicating with the client user, you, the server user, will be met with a control panel, allowing you to manipulate your co-player's environment. You will find that you are allowed to deploy 4 items at no expense. 3 of these are rather large machines, and 1 is a punch card. It's quite possible that you have already deployed some of these items before reading this. If that is the case, and you have activated the machine called the Cruxtruder, such that it displays a countdown, you must proceed to section A100 A100 of this walkthrough immediately. The life of your client user depends on it, and if your co-player has activated this device in your environment too, then yours does as well. But if not, please refrain from doing anything with the Cruxtruder, aside from merely deploying it. This will buy us some time to think things through properly, and to go over the basics of the game before you find your soft, easily punctured head in the jaws of a lion. As mentioned, there are 4 items to consider, each playing a role in the process, which appears to have a singular purpose: to manufacture objects out of thin air. The designers of the game, judging by the language used, regard this process as a sort of alchemy. This may allude to complexities in the production process yet to present themselves, but for now the variety of objects you are able to create remains quite limited. The items in question are the Cruxtruder, again tread lightly with this one, the totem lathe, the alchemeter, and the pre-punched card. I will describe how these devices work in conjunction with each other, and I will use the analogy of having a key made at a hardware store to help you understand. First, deploy all of these objects in convenient proximity to each other. Be sure not to block doors or pathways with them. You can always revise the dimensions of rooms to make space for them, but I'd advise against this, or even experimenting with the function. Doing so comes at the expense of build grist, a commodity which appears to be at a premium at the onset, and one you'd be best advised to save for later.
The Cruxtruder.
Removing the lid signals the moment your life becomes a great whirling bat-shaped pandemonium, somewhat resembling the chaos of an especially ethnic wedding. Okay, sure. Somewhere, what? Soused? What does that mean? Uncle deliberately shatters china onto the floor. Muddy livestock is decorated and then lost track of. The question, whose mule is this, at times can be heard over the din. This is now your reality. Sure. But aside from that, it marks the beginning of the process I'm about to describe. The countdown begins, yes. Also, an entity called the kernel sprite is released, but neither of these things are all that relevant to this process, to my knowledge. More on them later. What is relevant is the unlidded Cruxtruder's ability to dispense Cruxite dowels. It will dispense at least one, though I suspect it is capable of producing more, given parameters I'm not yet familiar with. In my key-making analogy, these dowels represent the uncarved pieces of metal, which the hardware store employee retrieves from the drawer or rack and sets about carving into a key. The 2 following items are needed to do the carving. The pre-punch card. It is a simple Siladex card containing an item. There is evidence to suggest the specific item it contains is variable from session to session. The card I deployed contained a blue apple. Yours may be different. It shouldn't matter, hopefully. Additionally, the card, as you may guess, is punched, like one used with antique computing systems. The pattern of holes comprises data, which I believe corresponds to the instructions for creating the item the card contains. That it is pre-punch suggests there is a way to punch an unpunched card, possibly imprinting it with data for the item it contains, though no mechanism for this has presented itself yet. But the data on the card cannot be used to create the item directly. There is a middleman, and that middleman is the totem lathe.
The totem lathe.
This is essentially the key carving machine. It will carve into your Cruxite dowel a pattern of grooves and contours, the sort which makes the key unique. The instructions for this pattern are supplied by the punch card, which is inserted into the lathe pre-activation to configure its chisels. Once the dowel is carved, you have a totem serving as your key, which can then be used to unlock the card item through the alchemeter. But, at this point, I will diverge from my key-making analogy and switch to a barcode analogy, which is not a terribly strenuous leap to make, since the concepts of key and barcode are essentially the same, one being a unique pattern of grooves, the other a varying of black lines. Yeah, this is great, okay. The alchemeter. If you place a Cruxite dowel, carved or uncarved, on the alchemeter's small pedestal, its robotic arm will scan the contours with a laser, hence the barcode analogy. This is the machine's way of reading the data originally imprinted from the card and transforming that data into a physical object. Though typically this is not done without expense, I believe, an uncarved dowel results in the creation of a perfectly generic object, which is a seemingly useless green cube. It costs 2 units of build grist to make, and I do not advise you to waste your resources on it. There appears to be many other varieties of grist, ostensibly used in combinations to create different sorts of items, which possibly offers some insight into the game's use of the term alchemy. But, quite conveniently, there is an exception to this. Creating the item on the pre-punch card costs nothing. This is good because creating this item turns out to be essential. Now that you know this, you can go in your own time to begin the process. Once you initiate it, naturally, there is no going back, so it's best to be prepared. But you probably shouldn't drag your feet too long. As mentioned earlier, this is your only means of escape. When you're ready, be prepared to follow the steps in the next section swiftly. Your Cruxtruder is ticking. Do this to live. Alright. Whoa, no, that's not good. In the distance, meteorites fall with greater frequency. The fire in the forest burns so hot, not even the rain is putting it out. Sheesh. That's greater frequency? Like, that's definitely apocalyptic frequency. Check status of battery. Hey, there we are. Your laptop battery is alright for now, but it won't be for long. If the power in the house doesn't come back on, you can think of one last resort. The small backup generator stored behind the mausoleum. Prototype sprite with Betty Crocker box. No, don't do it.
What? Oh man, you're going to use that? That sucks! What a stupid idea!
We have to hurry along. I'm running low on battery power.
But the cake mix... Ah, it's so dumb.
I doubt it matters. We might as well just use any old crap lying around.
Fine, I guess.
This is going to be not good. Oh, he doesn't like it. The sprite is playing hard to get. You guess that's what you get for originally prototyping it with something that engenders mischief and pranksterism.
Do the potted vegetable instead. It looks delicious.
Pipe down, you. This is Rose's decision, not yours. Yes, please use the Cat Sassacre text. This will be very funny. Do you think it just looks delicious because they live in a desert and there's no plants? I don't know. Prototype the sprite with the Sassacre text.
Oh, hell yeah! Oh, yes, sweet! Now we're talking.
See if you can distract it. I'll try to sneak up on it.
John, flail about in a distracting manner.
The sprite finds the distracting manner in which you flail about to be rather distracting. Get him! The pesky sprite eludes you again. Not even the great Colonel himself could outfox it. In narrowly missing your attempt to create the Colonel sprite. Is that what this joke was leading up to this entire time? Oh, you drop the massive tome. The entire house rattles under the astonishing girth of the book. In the other room, Nana's ashes dump onto the sprite, which is caught unawares by the dowsing. Oh, no!
Inspect Hag Ash incident.
Hag Ash, sad. You find the sacred urn toppled again. This time you're quite sure it wasn't your fault. The sprite is nowhere to be found. A jester grandma? This is not good. Remove Cruxtruder from doorway. Oh my gosh, it takes 100 grist.
Oh man, where'd it go?
I can't find it anywhere in the house. No time to worry about it. The next thing we should do is get your server copy out of the game from the car. You need to connect to my client, so I can repeat your steps and presumably join you wherever you are. We should do this quickly before my house burns down.
What? There's a fire?
There will be soon.
Oh geez, so move this thing already.
It looks like it requires a lot of grist to move. I don't have enough to relocate to the door either.
How much do you have?
0.
Oh. I thought about jumping to the car from the ledge earlier, but that sounds really dangerous.
I have a better idea. Meet me upstairs.
Do as the purple words say.
You're about to head upstairs, but you thought you heard something behind you. It was faint, but you could swear it was a small, light-hearted chuckle along the lines of a spirited hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh no.
Ignore this woman's antics.
Oh yeah, it's a jester grandma. You're not sure you even saw a woman, let alone any of her hypothetical antics, but whatever it was you might have caught a glimpse of, it sure gave you the willies. You head upstairs on your way to the balcony. Your PDA is acting up again.
Indulge the device, but be curt with it. Hey bro, check it out. I'm working on some new rhymes.
Dude, I don't have time for your nerdy raps.
Come on, this is Hells of Ill. Just listen.
It sounds like you don't even believe me that I was about to be blown up. But I really was. Now I'm in some weird dimension that Spurb sent me to or something. And now I'm on top of what I think is... And now on top of that, I think I'm being haunted by my dead grandma.
Huh, for real?
Yeah, it's true, but I'll talk to you later about it.
Think I could drop some sick rhymes about all this.
Man, see, I just don't think all the rapping stuff is really as cool as you think it is.
So this'll be dope, check it.
Nope, I'm leaving, bye.
Wait. Armageddon's getting waged on us, but I'm getting armed and dangerous. Sending men in space for saving us. See which play is more courageous.
Awesome.
Ben or Bruce, dudes reach truce, put their blow shoots and upsuck it.
That sounds wrong.
Affleck's sacrifice, crifice, would have to suffice. Fuck it. Bro, be a stained glass saint, up on a cross getting hella Christ plagiarists. Okay. Bruce is like, off of that crucifix, enough of this fucking savior fuss. Restrained his ass per McLean Redux, while Buscemi remained dangerous when a plan gone astray pays off a wasted craterous ashtray catering to the layers of Matt McConaughey's vague remainder dust. Wait, McConaughey wasn't even in any of those Meteor movies, was he? I'll have to make a rap about, I don't know, Morgan Freeman or something. Being the president. It'll be called, Obama Made It So That No One Gives a Shit About Black Presidents in Movies Anymore. I don't know if that's true. See, you gotta fill me in on what's going on, so I have something to rap about besides all your dumb shit movies. Enough strange poetry from the red text.
You head out to the balcony to find out what Rose has in mind. She's messaging you again.
The purple text is less rational than the red text.
You know, I can agree with you on that.
I'm lifting the car up to the balcony.
Wow, okay.
Once it's up, retrieve the game. Then I'll put it back down on the driveway.
But the door is locked.
Then break a window.
But it's my dad's car.
It's just a window, and this is sort of an emergency. Otherwise, I'll promise I'll handle the car with velvet gloves.
All right.
Pick up car. This is not going to fit up there. Oh, wait, are we going to bounce? Connection lost? No! No! Oh, dear.
Ridiculous folly. Inexcusable.
Well, everybody's talking to me. You're inclined to agree, but hey, accidents happen. You double-check your PDA to make sure if Rose is really gone. Indeed, this seems to be the case. TG is still pestering you, of course, but another chum has now logged in as well.
What color are the words that this chum says? I'm curious.
I love this. He's just like pressing it. It's hilarious. The green text is attractive? Okay.
I'm back.
Oh, hi.
I went to investigate the explosion I heard.
Was it by chance a meteor?
Yes. How did you know?
Oh, man, it's kind of a long story. Anyway, are you okay? Did it blow up your yard or start a fire or anything?
No, I'm fine. It landed a pretty good ways from my house, and I went to look at it. It's pretty big, but Beck doesn't want me to go near it, so I came home. He seems to think it's dangerous.
Well, yeah, he's probably right.
Anyway, what have you been up to, John? Oh, did you get my package yet? Wah.
Yeah, I was trying to get it, but Rose dropped my car into a weird spooky bottomless pit, and the package was in the car, and I'm really sorry, okay?
Oh, no.
Wow, okay. I guess I should start at the beginning. See, a meteor blew up my neighborhood.
That's terrible, John. I'm so sorry.
But I'm okay, and my house is too, sort of. The game I was telling you about, Spurb, which I was playing with Rose, sort of transported me somewhere in the last minute. But now I'm trapped here, and it's weird and dark, and I can't find my dad, and I just lost the car and my copy of the game in the pit, and I think I have to save the world from the apocalypse.
Well, it sounds really crazy and kind of scary, but it also sounds kind of exciting. I don't know, John. Maybe this is your destiny. If anyone can save the world, I think it's probably you.
Wow, you think so?
Yes.
Well, okay, but it's not even that simple. I was about to connect to the Rose to help transport her and save her from the meteors and fire and stuff, but she lost battery power and I lost the game disc, so I think I'll have to get TG to use his copy to save her, but that jackass won't shut up about rapping and stuff.
He's so silly.
Yeah. Anyway, I should talk to him about it, so BRB.
The green text was attractive. Now view the red text again. When the film crew zooms where the president's at, I'm like, if the dude's black, I'll eat my hat. Turns out he is, and we're all like, damn, director's got gumption. Then we'll all flip our shit. He ain't shining shoes or something. Oh my goodness.
This is still a rap. What? It's called Freemancipation. If it's not Pres-election, it's God Ascension. I'm Bruce Almighty. Whoops. Different Bruce from the last one I just mentioned. Can explain to me why this ain't condescension to think all shit a prick. Not even he can convey the intention with his quick-spun wit. Rather defray all this tension set on his lap while he whittles a splint? What? And some guy eyes what he does and patronizes, I guess. Oh, goodness. The mother of invention.
Stop rapping for a second, you horse's ass. I have something important to talk to you about.
Sup?
Rose is in trouble and she needs help. I'm going to connect with her with Suburb, but I lost my copy.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Whatever, dude.
Also, she lost battery power. If she can get back up and running, she'll need someone with the game to get her out of there before her house burns down. So I think you should use your copy of the game to help her.
My copy? It's gonna be tough.
Why?
I lost it. It's a stupid story I'd rather not talk about. It's embarrassing, yo.
I thought you said you had 2.
Well, yeah, one is my brother's copy.
Okay, well, get his then.
Alright, but he's not gonna be happy about it.
Whatever. Also, you might want to read Rose's walkthrough to get up to speed on this. Oh.
Oh, man.
What?
Nothing really. Look, all I'm saying is the girl tends to lay it on kind of thick, you know.
/ rolls eyes. Yeah.
Hello. I'm standing in the middle of the apocalypse. Your laptop is out of battery power. There's only one thing left to do. Time to make your way to that backup generator. Knit laptop cozy to shield your laptop from the rain. Okay. Awesome. That would be such a waste of time. Besides, you already knitted one a while ago. You retrieve it from your knitting bag and apply it to your laptop. The capture log. You capture log the laptop plus cozy. Awesome. Equip grimoire to strife specibus. Rose uses books. I guess she's like a oh. Oh no. That would be incredibly ill-advised. There are some dark forces you just don't want to mess around with. You understand this better than most. You put the book down. Recapture log your items. You grab the knitting bag and the grimoire in that order. It's always a logistical puzzle with your tree modus. The tree auto-balances, leaving the knitting bag accessible as the root card. Cool. Allocate knitting needles to strife specibus. You feel a lot more comfortable with this as a weapon. You're so handy with those needles, you feel like you could probably use them to fillet a swordfish. Okay, so we're like a, what is the Fire Emblem class that uses, like, knives? Not thief, the one that throws them. I think it's just, like, maids and butlers, right? And also ninjas can use them in Fates. I don't know. You lose the root card in the process, severing the tree. Hey, careful with that stuff! Knit plush cuddle cthulhu to soothe nerves. That would also be a preposterous waste of time. Besides, you're quite sure you've never heard of this creature called Cthulhu before. There are, however, many other specimens of the zoologically dubious you're familiar with, such as consult the grimoire, Cthulhu. It kind of, I wonder, I don't think so, right? I don't think Terraria was out at the time. It kind of looks like the Eye of Cthulhu, kind of. With, like, the tendrils on one side, and it's just like an orb. If it flew, it would be a lot more of an apt comparison, but hey. Cthulhu, foul patrician of misery. To hear his mammoth belly gurgle is to know the epoch of joy has come to an abrupt end. Okay. Oh no. And Nirab Glinth, shame beast king of grotesquerie, writhe lord of the moist beyondhood. Hearing his melodious chirps and tongue clicks causes one's bones to explode. And this isn't a waste of time? And of course there's old Oglogloth, the deep one. Wherever he grinds his teeth, all the children of a random galaxy somewhere will frown continuously for 9,000 years. He is the first and smallest of the smaller gods, appointed in servitude of a vile, unfathomable pantheon of middling gods, which caters to the whims of the noble circle of horror terrors, an omniscient, omnipotent order of the elite few, forever cloaked in darkness of the furthest ring. I've already been going for 40 minutes. What? I guess this one's going to be a long one. And then there's this strange page containing some rather mysterious notes on summoning procedures. You've never been quite sure what these diagrams are getting at. Plug your window in? What the heck? We'll finish up with Rose and then I'll end. You recaptcha everything the way you want it to appear in the tree and head downstairs. You figure that's enough dilly-dallying. Time to get a move on. We got sound. Oh, it's rain. You wonder if this rain will ever let up. It's driven since the month began, perhaps long enough to forget its purpose. It no longer even knows to assuage fire. Somewhere a zealous god threads these strings between the clouds and the earth, preparing for a symphony it fears impossible to play. And so it threads on, delaying the rays of the conductor's baton. Oh no, the meteors everywhere. How you hate this season. April is the cruelest month, breeding lilacs out of dead land, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots with spring rain. American sports legend Charles Barkley. Hey, okay. Confront mother in hall? Oh dear. Surely your mother is lurking nearby. You should be prepared for an unpleasant confront. What? There's like this really cool dude, okay? He's standing around being all chill, like cool dudes are known to do sometimes. A cool dude like this has a really cool name, but he probably won't just tell you what it is if you asked. He'd be way too busy for that, busy being totally sweet. But you could always try to guess his name, and if you were right, he might nod ever so slightly. That's a cool dude's way of letting you know there just might be hope for you yet. This guy doesn't have time for this sort of bullshit. Insufferable prick. He's got a sword. I mean, you know, he kind of deserves it. Let's be honest. Dave Strider. Ding. All right, well, perhaps next time we will join Dave Strider. Hey, it's me, Dave Strider. God. He's my least favorite guy so far, so we'll see if that changes. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, maybe leave a like and subscribe. You know how it is. You know how it is. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh wait, can you see the dates when these were posted? This was posted at 6 a.m. What the heck? Well, okay. Bye.